I am.
You are.
I was born ready.
Were you?
Born ready, Breck. The
Ladies and gentlemen.
God, there's a right mist outside.
I'll tell you, the fog.
It's like a pea soup out there.
Every day there's been fog. I've actually kind of enjoyed it. It looks kind of cool.
Well, I went out for my morning pee in the garden and I didn't see the end of my bobby.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You know what? It looks kind of apocalyptic out there.
Well, yeah.
The world.
Oh.
Yeah, do you see what I'm doing?
Well, no, I was going to say to you, I thought this was supposed to be a film podcast. Because this is clearly...
This is a documentary.
A documentary.
You know what I was thinking? Nostradamus, fuck you. We've found the real prophecy for humans. It's
part of me likes this film and part of me fucking hates this film.
That's exactly what I thought.
Yeah.
Why did I got a new emotion at the end of it. And I didn't know whether I enjoyed it or I wanted to smash my computer. I wasn't sure.
It's quite current, isn't it?
It's very current.
Like so many epidemics before.
But before we get ranting,
so many lives began with a single microscopic organism.
Ooh, I like having one of those organisms. Ooh. But, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Film Guffs. In this week's film, as you could see from the title, the great, unbelievably accurate Doomsday.
Oh, yeah. Doomsday.
Starring Rona Mitra. Now, this girl...
What a fine actress. What a substantial actress.
She got her acting lessons from B&Q. She's so wooden.
She looks good. She's a nice piece of wood, but God, she's not a softwood. She's a hardwood.
Yeah, she's a hardwood. Exactly. She's a bit of oak. a bit of swamp ash. No, she's
the nearly woman of. Ken, she's done quite a lot, but the heather just never caught on fire for her.
I agree. The thing is, right, when you look at her, you go, this is a good-looking woman, right?
She's handsome.
Handsome. But there's just something... What is it? Is it because she's really posh?
Cold.
She's cold. There's a lack of movement within the facial region.
Yeah, but I've seen her recently. It's a shame, but she's got her top lip area has thickened.
Oh,
just the Botox in that area, the filler.
I don't know why, because she's a gorgeous girl.
Yeah.
But you're getting older, man. You're getting older.
Yeah, it's a fucking cutthroat business, Hollywood. But I don't know why she bothers, because who's she competing with? What's the role?
I mean, most people around her are actual actresses, and she's not. So
she's not learned to act.
No, very. You know what? She tries her best.
This is a Neil Marshall film.
Oh, fucking Neil Marshall!
And Neil Marshall is actually kind of like a terrible filmmaker.
He is so bad.
His script, the worst thing about him is his dialogue. The dialogue is always terrible. And then he has this weird thing where he likes to get his old pals back. Because I hate Dog Soldiers. I think it's
a terrible film.
But there's a lot of the Dog Soldiers cast in this. But the thing is, they are terrible actors.
Yes, and they went from Dog Soldiers to The Descent to this.
The Descent's quite good. The Descent holds together. Now, it's not bad.
I'm going to have to say,
The Descent.
I watched The Descent. I was going to London and I watched it on the bus. And maybe that played a part, but I thought, because everyone was saying it's really good and it's really, I thought it was awful.
I like the creature design. I think they're quite freaky. It suffers from all the Neil Marshall problems, terrible acting, terrible script.
And he watches Aliens and wants to use every bit of script from it.
He robs it. Like this this thinks it's kind of Alien. It thinks it's the Escape from New York.
And it's not Mad Max, it's Mad Micmacs.
Mad Micmacs. She's no Snake Plissken. She's Snake Plissken.
Ken, one more of it, man. Tackle. Oh,
it's just the Reaper virus. I kind of quite like the start. You've got Malcolm. He's managed to lure some pretty good names into this.
Hold on, you're going to say Malcolm McDowell. Malcolm McDowell is any old shit.
I love Malcolm McDowell.
He will say
but
yes to anything.
He's got the gravitas, the gravitas in the beginning. It's the old tropes. It's the Reaper virus. The actual Reaper virus, the kind of makeup's pretty good in that. It's a little bit noxious. You get all the Doomsday, no cure, no vaccine. He rips off 28 Days Later. There's
He
a lot
rips
of that
off everything. He
Yeah,
rips
just
off Mary
everything's
fucking
stolen.
Poppins, Bedknobs and Broomsticks, Aliens. He rips off any film that's ever existed. He's just chopped up and put into this.
But it's quite it benefits. It's the whole Scotland thing. I wouldn't have watched this film if it wasn't for the fact Scotland featured. It makes you giggle. Scotland's quarantined.
Scotland has been quarantined by a wall that goes along Hadrian's Wall.
Yeah.
Even though they show the wall being built through Glencoe, a little, that's fine.
But it's a shit wall. It's kind of corrugated iron thing.
It's a cheap wall.
It's got robotic sentinel guns like out of Aliens.
Yeah.
On top of it, Scotland was placed under quarantine. They waited for help that did not come. It's like, have you seen the film Threads?
Yes.
It's got elements of that in it.
I'm sure it has elements. He probably just took parts of the script as well.
There's a lot of a lot of machine guns, and he kind of revels in the violence. A lot of finger carnage in this. A lot of fingers get blown off.
Yeah, it's a very violent film. It ends up with Scotland's now divided. We've been cut off from England, and there's squaddies on the wall taking pot shots at people from Cumbernauld.
There's a machine guns and they're storming the fence.
Yeah.
And there's a bit, and I think, are they after booze or something?
Oh,
but there's a bit where there's all these Scottish people, they storm a tank and they've all got just jeans on. And it's just this ridiculous, these stonewashed jeans. And it's really incompetent. The soldiers are really incompetent.
I just like the idea that, and the thing is with this virus, they're not like zombies. They get it and they die. But so people are going to the wall going, can we get out of here? And the squaddies are just shooting them.
But they're running. It's just poor. All it is poor people who are in a panic. And they're mowing them down with machine guns.
It's so funny.
Looting, there's a bit where
looting, rape, murder. Primal savages feeding on dogs, cats, and finally, each other. Eventually, all the lights went out.
I remember
Glasgow,
the 80s. Yeah. I remember there was power cuts in the 80s. We've lived through this. There's a bit with a welding the gate shut, and I think, is this a commentary on the demise of the Scottish shipyards? And then I thought, no, it's just a pile of shit.
No, it's a pile of shit, yes.
Pile of shit. The lassie, the mother figure, she was in Dog Soldiers. You're like, oh, there's a kid's
That's right,
face.
yeah.
She's got the daughter. The army are strangely sympathetic towards the wee lassie that's lost her eye.
Yeah, and the guy jumps out and says, take the girl, and he sacrifices himself.
Aye.
And I thought, well, at the start, I thought, this looks silly, but now we're actually seeing tiny little character. No, that was a mistake. I think Neil Marshall accidentally almost wrote a character, and that's all it was.
Well, he did a couple of episodes of Game of Thrones, and it was like I think it was Battle of the Bastards, so it was quite a it's quite a claustrophobic battle scene. I think I could be wrong.
Right.
So he's got a bit of a flair for a little bit of brutal, muddy violence. But he made that new Hellboy film.
That is fucking shit. Oh my God. We should start a petition, right? Now, it's not to pick on anyone. Yeah, but this is the name of the petition. Neil Marshall, come on, mate. And that's it.
Get somebody else to do some. No, your clunky dialogue's terrible.
Awful.
Then it cuts to so this all happened in 2008.
Yes.
Is it 30 years later?
Now,
25 years later.
London, 2035. Now, I hate when it does this. You know I hate that.
I know you do.
I don't like it. But we're at a ship, and it's night time, and it's a dry dock. And special forces are moving in. And I thought, well, we don't know the way this is going to go.
Tightly
fitted. Now, all the armour in cheap films is motocross armour. because you can buy it in a packet off at eBay. It's really cheap. But this fucking Rona
Spray
Mitra,
painted.
exactly, spray painted silver.
Wee cap. She got a wee cap on.
Wee cap on and an eye patch. And her eyeball, right, is a camera, and she's looking at it on her watch.
It looks like a gobstopper.
It's
How does that work?
ridiculous. It's stupid.
That's high-tech technology, isn't it? It reminded me, when it sat there, a little part of me thought, God, that's like the Beastmaster ring. But another part, remember the Zeroids from Terrahawks?
Yes. I do, the balls.
The wee balls that were voiced by Windsor Davies.
Windsor Davies, that's right.
And it's just sat there. But there's this weird, are they smuggling gold? But there's a woman from like a black exploitation film dressed like the 70s.
It doesn't make any sense.
There's a naked blonde woman in a bath who Rona Mitra, she's got a gun in a bath.
That's where I keep my
Rona
gun.
Mitra just dispatches her.
Can I go back to one thing though? We're talking about this eyeball. Now the eyeball, Rona Mitra's lost her eye and she pops it back in. Now, if she wanted to use that to observe the world, when she looks down at her wrist, she can only see it with her other eye. So she'll see her eye looking at her own wrist. It has no purpose whatsoever.
No.
So there's some sort of drug deal going on. As you said, a woman from a blaxploitation film in the 70s, a naked woman in a bath with a shotgun, just sitting there waiting. So they move in. And our partner, oh God, it all goes wrong. He's annoying. But he gets, one of the bad guys grabs him by the head, puts the shotgun to his head, and then comes Rona Mitra. And he's going, don't shoot him, don't shoot. And she's like saying nothing. She's stoic. She's cold. She's
closer
experienced.
Like a cobra.
She's getting closer and closer. But then the baddie trips and blows the guy's fucking head off.
That was quite a good.
It's a good shot. I mean, and even he's shocked, and he kind of goes, "Oh shit, I didn't mean that." But then she just dispatches him. Just
she doesn't just shoot him once. She's like, silencer. She's not upset by the death of her partner.
She just looks in the hole and goes, "Ah well."
Oh well, fuck.
Never mentioned again.
She's Eden Sinclair, which is just a terrible name.
Eden Sinclair. Oh.
Isn't that such a Neil Marshall move?
That's like,
Eden
I'm going to sit in my room at night and going, what cool name. Oh, I would love to go out with a girl called Eden Sinclair. She'd be dead pretty and tough, and she'd have a gun and look like... who'd she look like? Rona Mitra. We'll get her in the film, and I could get near her and sniff her.
She'll have to do a naked audition for
That's right. That's exactly what's happened.
Neil Marshall. I know you.
Oh.
But Bob Hoskins is in this, and Bob Hoskins is really good in this, because Bob Hoskins is brilliant.
He's fantastic.
He's the only good thing in this. The only good piece
I watched this with my partner. And at this point, because as you know, we're writing a film, she goes, you should get Bob Hoskins to be in your film. And I went, I think that would be difficult. She went, no, just ask him. And I went, so I had to break the news to her.
She's not up to date.
Not at all. She was dead upset. She loves him.
Oh, he's so good. But there's a bit where Eden puts her eye back in, and Bob Hoskins is like, spewing about it. I'd never get used to that. But
the thing is, she didn't clean it. It's been rolling around the ground. I could have a dog shit on it. It's been rolling
about a drug ship.
Oh.
There'll be bits of steel wool on it and fucking engine grease and everything.
Ridiculous.
Oh.
Ridiculous, but...
There's no masks in this world. They're living amidst the Reaper virus, and nobody's washing their hands, their balls, their eyes.
It's an ugly future. It's now, really. It's really now. But
they've all given up. And as well, London's not just got this Reaper virus, it's flooded as well.
Oh, yeah. God, I forgot about that. Oh,
global warming.
Global warming. Oh.
But Britain's like a pariah. Nobody will speak to us.
Because we fucked up. We fucked
up Scotland, so the whole international community is not doing business with us in the slightest.
They knew about Brexit. They knew about the virus. They knew about... Telling you, we don't need Nostradamus anymore.
So, but they're on the boat as well. And then they find an outbreak of the Reaper virus.
That's right,
in like a packing crate. And it's just folk...
all dying.
All these pustules. It's quite unpleasant.
But did you notice that a recording device that was in her wrist recording her through her eyeball?
I thought that's the kind of watch Derek would wear.
Yeah, it was quite cool. But
the green hue.
But it wasn't like a wee CD. It was like a little doubloon that came out. Wait, there's the balloon that we record stuff on. The future's... What's that?
The future's got really... What's the...
and the thing is, just a few years ago, we had SD cards. We had an idea the way the future's going. But Neil Marshall went, no, we're going to have doubloons that we'll record on. Fucking Neil Marshall. I suppose it's maybe
more visual, because it features later on in the film. There's a lot of passing about, palming it, and you know what I mean?
God.
It's easy seen. A wee grotty SD card maybe doesn't quite cut the mustard.
This is a problem with this film. Even though you might have a good idea, the visuals...
Oh, I know. It's not a high budget film. There's a lot of this film where it's shot in darkness, and it's okay. It can kind of cover over the cracks.
Hold on a second.
But they go into bright light at some stage, and the whole thing falls apart.
It just falls apart. But he got 3 times the amount of money for this than he did for Descent.
Did he?
Now, and this wasn't a cheap film.
And I take it to Hellboy was even more expensive.
A lot more expensive.
Ooh.
Why are they throwing money? It's like giving me money.
It's
Jesus.
like giving that bloody guy, the Sixth Sense guy, money, and they keep letting him make films. You're like, what the fucking hell are you doing, man?
Well, this is the thing as an actor. If you have one real fucking disaster of a film, it can really affect your career. Yeah, but for some reason, with a director, you can just keep going.
Just keep going.
Yeah.
Well, it's all about raising money. As long as you can. I think half of the battle of being a director is being like a salesman, just grifting for the cash.
This is how we're going to raise money for our film. I'll just go. Just give us it. Go on. What do you think? That's my approach.
The things you would do for funding.
Oh.
So you get into government, and you've got Canaris. It's a very wooden turn for that Scottish guy. He's been in a few things.
He talks very funny in it. It's like he takes this approach. It's like, there's no smoking in the helicopter. It's very strange.
I don't smoke. So you've got Malcolm McDowell, but now you've got Malcolm McDowell's nephew, Alexander Siddig.
It's such a
from
strange...
Deep Space Nine. He's the Prime Minister.
Well, I just called him Prime Minister Deep Space Nine through this because I didn't care about his name.
Is he not called Thatcher or Patcher or
something
Natcher?
Like that?
But I'm a big Alexander Dr. Julian Bashir on Deep Space Nine.
I think he's an excellent actor.
He's wonderful, and I love his name. His full name is Siddiq El Tahir El Fadil El Siddig Abdurrahman Mohammed Ahmed Abdel Karim El Mandi.
Holy shit! That's the greatest name. Right, I'm changing my name. I've got to have a name like that. Holy shit, that's wonderful.
Isn't that wonderful?
Oh.
Isn't that wonderful? And
why doesn't he put that in films?
He really looks like Malcolm McDowell. He's got the same wee face. He's the same wee face.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Well, that's really cool. Actually, I've thought about it. There's a reason why he shortened that name. I get it. But because aren't you when you have a name in films, you've got equity and stuff like that. Do you think equity went, oh, hold on a minute, son. If you're going to get paid by the letter, no. Yeah.
Well, Michael Keaton, his real name is Michael Douglas.
That's right.
Yeah, his little thing. But Bob Hoskins is like this kind of tough as nails copper, but he's somehow managed to get into. He's ready to seat of power.
They don't really explain that, do they?
He's a top cop.
Yeah, it's a.
And they realise the Reaper's coming along. He's like, you want to put 12 million people under lock and key? You drop a killer virus into this mix, and this town will go tits up in no short order. He's got a point.
He does. We've noticed it. We've had experience now.
Are you talking about people or pound notes?
Oh.
You're like, I don't think pound sterling would do well if you're an international pariah.
That's true. I
don't think the economy would be. I don't think people would be building gazebos.
I've got a feeling.
Barbecues.
Neil Marshall, when he's writing this, he'll say, yeah, and we'll say the pound note, and someone all around him will go, yeah, but like you, don't you think that the pound note, and he'll go, it doesn't matter, move on.
It doesn't.
Everything in this is a first draft.
Jenky has like a Jenky. He finishes when he's done his script. Yeah. He'll have a good cigar.
Oh, he'll sit back and go,
and a glass of Newcastle brown ale, and he's like that. Done.
He'll sit back and feel like he's a Hunter S. Thompson. I've just written this great piece of art. I'm a genius. He'll feel it, and he'll have a study, and the study will have a big oak table, and he'll just sit at that going, I'm a genius.
And he'll have the whole place kitted out with Rona Mitra pictures.
Rona Mitra pictures, models, when she done Tomb Raider, her models and everything. He'll just, Rona Mitra. And then he'll open the top drawer when he's finished his script, and there'll be a little bit of hair attached to a bit of sellotape.
Oh, do you think he snatched a wee bit off her coat? Neil Marshall, man.
Wonderful. Neil Marshall.
So they've got a team standing by.
Yes.
And all they need is a leader.
Who's it going to be? Rona Mitra.
And they've got, as always, you've got 48 hours to get this shit done.
Yeah, it doesn't really push the 48 hours, but
and then you meet Rona Mitra again, Eden, and she's standing smoking in a downpour. I wouldn't give leadership of a crack team to a woman who doesn't have the good sense to stand under a cover when I'm having a fag.
That's a good point. You even carry an umbrella.
Bob Hoskins, you just said to her, why are you fucking standing in the rain? Your fags went out. No, I've changed my mind.
Yeah,
and we're going with Steve instead.
Exactly. But now, at this point, they really show the character of Mitra by showing her as moody, dark. And you know how they represent that? Eyeliner. She now has eyeliner on. It's thicker.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
She's
moody.
You
don't see where she lives. I don't think she'd have I think it'd be quite sterile, her house.
Do you reckon it would be like
I would think
one bean bag, one rug, and a small TV?
She's a bit Cobra. She doesn't say much, but she's a bit Cobra-esque.
Yeah, like that. Now listen, I had a house in St Andrews, a lovely little flat, and in it, I had a black and white portable. I had my surfboard in the other corner, and that was it. That's what I had in my living room. Sat on the ground.
Well, it's not like you were having guests. So
no, there was no one. No one speaks to me. Now they have to go in tanks because Scotland's still in no-fly zone.
This is the pure fucking alien thing. It's just these shit tanks.
They're shit.
APVs?
APCs, Armoured Personnel Carriers, and they're very South African, as this was shot in South Africa.
And it says, could you just fly in? Oh no, it's still a no-fly zone. So they could have just flown to there's a lot of helicopter action. Flown in with a helicopter, went in, bungee jump, and grabbed the stuff out. No, it's got to be
stupidest
plan. Yeah, they don't look like British vehicles in the slightest.
No, not at all.
And they're shit. It's like they're made out of paper mache. They're terrible things.
This always happens in films where you get these tanks, and they usually describe them. That could take a rocket launcher. That could do this. That could do that. And within 1 minute, it's on its side on fire because it hit a cow.
I hated, when she's introduced, it's like Ripley meets the Marines.
Yes, because Neil Marshall.
They're such thinly drawn characters. They're all called like Carter and Steve-O and Chappaquiddick, and they're just
they've all got a good thing. He's good at throwing knives. He's good at knitting. He's good at
you see Sean Pertwee, you're like, oh fuck.
Of course, Sean Pertwee's in it.
Sean Pertwee, man, all he does voiceovers for cookery programs.
Oh, Sean Pertwee.
I loved his dad. I thought his dad was great. He'd a twinkle. But Sean Pertwee, no.
I thought Sean Pertwee through the 90s was actually going somewhere, because he'd done that film Blue Juice, and then he'd done Soldier, and I thought, he's actually working his way up in Hollywood. He's going to end up being one of these British character actors. If it's a shite fucking British film with a budget of 24 pence, he's in it.
They're like, oh God, we've nobody for this film. It's just a cast. It's just a bunch of guys I found at the bus stop. We need some big name on the poster. Is Sean Pertwee doing anything? No, he's not.
Of course he's not. We'll get him.
He played as Albert, the butler, and some Batman garbage.
Yes. Oh, yeah. No. It's...
No, I just don't like it. I don't like the team. They're wearing more of this body armour. They make a big thing. Oh, this is this fucking Kevlar.
They shouldn't have pointed the body armour out, because it's just out of a cheap motocross. It's terrible.
It doesn't work well against spears. It's bulletproof.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, there's no bullets. It's spears and bludgeoning weapons.
You can punch it and you will kill someone. It must have spikes on the inside or something.
The vehicles are like that. They may be ugly, but they move like shit off a shovel. You're like, what a line. The Sentinel, the robot guns are just shooting rabbits.
Yeah, it just shot a rabbit in the face, which upset my partner terribly. She can watch
Aye.
people getting killed all day, and she will giggle and giggle, but as soon as an animal's hurt, she goes all John Wick. She doesn't like it.
Well, that Adrian Lester guy,
Uh-huh.
he's got. I think he's a big theatre actor, but I think he's kind of garbage. But he's like APOM and Aliens as well. He's saying,
Oh,
I want
yeah.
everyone suited, booted, and strapped back here at 10.
It's
And then they go to the wall, and it's got RIP in it, and you're like, oh, and they're opening it up.
I think I figured it out. I think I
What?
know what Neil Marshall is.
What?
His only experience of life in any form is from films.
Well, that's possible.
He's never left the house.
He's maybe agoraphobic.
He's never left the house, and he thinks the way
Oh,
people
you're
speak
right.
in films is the way people
Yeah.
speak.
But people, they're just barking things. There's no dialogue. There's no conversation
No,
between each
they
other.
just shout.
They're just saying little bits of.
Watch your corners.
little-
Watch your corners. The same as Apon. He said that. Apon has said that
yeah,
in
you're right.
Aliens
And then
and
the
Watch Your
thing is
Corners.
that when they actually do go about, they're shit soldiers. They bunch up. They're terrible. They don't have good bullet control. They're
Oh,
burst.
the trigger safety on those guns, they're actually
Oh,
talking
no.
to each other, pointing the gun at each other's faces with their fingers on the trigger, and I'm like, I don't think they're really soldiers.
So they zip up into Scotland. There's abandoned cars with really bad skeletons in them.
Yeah,
And they
that's
just
shocking.
immediately run over a wee calf, a coo.
Yeah,
And it made me laugh. They send up the flare, so they're immediately telling everybody they're there. That seems a little bit stupid. But they're surrounded by millions of coos.
right.
And my immediate thought is, who the fuck's milking these coos?
That's a good point.
Frisians will basically burst.
Oh my god! But my initial thought was, why are they all cannibals in Scotland if there's 20 million cows? The humans taste better.
Yeah.
Is it
Why
preference?
do you have to eat people?
There's 20 million cows right there.
They're a milking cow, so they're not as flavoursome as a nice beef cow, but nonetheless,
Exactly,
they'll
it's
be better.
preference.
They taste better than fucking Brian for next door.
Scottish
Some
people.
old lady you've found in a wheelchair.
Scottish people have made the choice that killing your neighbour is much preferable to having some burgers.
A steak.
A steak is
A
preferable.
nice beef steak. You're like, no. I want a bit of human leg. And we'll get to it later, but how they cook people, it's very amateurish.
It's ridiculous.
Obviously, Nick Nairn did not survive the apocalypse to give them some cooking tips.
That's what it is. People just forgot how to cook.
They forgot to cook.
Which, to be fair, my main cooking is Pop-Tarts. So I really on the car engine. That's the way I cook. Yeah.
Glasgow has never looked better. It's not Glasgow. It's like in darkness. There's just loads of like stuff like at night we can hear the distant screams of pain and anguish. They begin to feed on each other. So they go to this hospital to try and find something, but they don't know what.
Yeah. Now.
Is it a file? Is it a petri dish? I was hoping they would just open a fridge and there was a big syringe with some like green stuff in it.
But here's the problem that I had with this moment.
Yeah.
They go in the hospital. It says, what are they looking for? It says, we don't know, but we'll know it when we see it. And one of the soldiers went, that's just fucking great, isn't that stupid? I want professional soldiers that go, right, get these two guys to cover every square inch of the room. We need to get
They're
light
all
on them.
bunched up.
They need to,
They're bunched up.
exactly. We need to get these guys to see it, get light on them, make sure they can see things clearly. If things are covered, uncover it, protect their backs. But no, they just go, oh, you're fucking dickheads. Oh, this is bullshit. Why are they there?
There's all these files on the floor and they don't even read them. The guy just fucking kicks it with his foot.
Don't care.
Everybody's given up in this world.
It's almost as if this is just a contrivance to get to the next scene.
She's using the wee eye peek-roon corridors.
Oh, I hate this fucking eye.
I thought the hospital. Now I've been to Nine Wells and it looks quite similar.
Now, this will go out on Friday, and as of yesterday, Tayside has one of the worst in-hospital COVID transmissions.
Oh,
and
God.
That means one thing, Nine Wells. Now, we all know Nine Wells. Jesus.
Nine Wells, if people don't know it, is just like you've got the city of Dundee, and next to it is the hospital. Now, the hospital's actually bigger than the rest of Dundee.
Yes.
Everybody in Dundee works for Ninewells in some capacity.
That's right. And Ninewells is one of the biggest, I think it's the biggest teaching hospital in Europe.
In Europe, yes.
So
it's gigantic.
It's big.
They just have a thing outside that plays on a loop telling you not to smoke, and people use that to smoke. People use that as a windbreak to smoke against.
That's right. That's exactly true.
So they've not. Obviously, the flare's not helped, but these fucking maniacs, these Glaswegians, fucking hell, they got organised quick.
This is true.
Because the next minute they just swing straight through the helmet. The helmets are. They do the thing I hate. The helmets are lit from the inside.
I hate that as well. Yeah.
But they get discarded very quickly. The axe goes straight through the head, and then Zig Zig Sputnik seem to appear in numbers.
Zig Zig Sputnik.
They're just everywhere. They're like wild boys. They're terrible.
It's so
I hate
bad.
them. I hate the costume so much.
Yeah,
You're
I hate it.
Mad Max has done it. Ken, Mad Max looks quite kitschy now, but they're just, it's worse than the Mad Max costumes. The folk have spent a lot of time on their little things.
Do you know why it doesn't work? Because you've got ripped trousers covered in blood and oil. You're carrying an axe that's made out of different implements that's sharp and dangerous. You've got a mohawk and it's purple and covered in blood, but you're wearing a waterproof regatta jacket. It couldn't be more fucking Scottish.
But you would have smelled these bastards coming. Like, fucking hell, I smell crusty. And they sneak up in them and they're just, fucking hell.
There's millions.
There's a lot of survivors, man. They're just crawling out. They're coming out of cupboards. They're jumping through windies. They're coming up kludgies. They're everywhere, and they're just getting annihilated. And more keep coming. And the best technology in the film. They go into the lift and use a foam grenade.
Oh, now right, okay.
I like
Stop
that.
Right here.
I like that.
No, I did not like that.
But it's poorly executed. But I like the notion of that. It'd be funny if it had just been like Marshmallow.
But wait, I'm gonna have to go over this because I wrote some things.
Out they're like they've been gunked.
Right, hold on. Yeah, that would have been fine. But here's what happened to explain it to the listeners. They go into the lift. They're cornered. How do we do it? She goes, "Give me the shotgun. Give me the foam grenade." So she shoots through the roof, which just cuts the cable, the one cable that holds the lift. They all go turn towards the ground. She lets the grenade go, thump, and it all covers them in foam, and they survive. Right?
Mm-hmm.
But if that made it solid and they all survived, then how would they get out of it? How would they pick them way out? They just would run out. So they would be solidified and they're suffocating. It's stupid.
They would just the maniacs would just get like a sack barrow, put it under it, and just take the whole lot of them in a block.
That's right.
Straight into the oven, just like a ready meal.
This is why Neil Marshall hasn't thought it through, because he just thought, and they do this and they do that, and it's like talking to a 10-year-old playing sudgies in the street. Yeah, you shoot me and then I'll throw a grenade and you blow up. Yeah. That's the way he wrote this.
But meanwhile, the idiots out in APCs, one of the idiots has just seen this lassie. She looks like she's staggered out a Dundee nightclub.
Actually, and she does. She's not even that dirty.
He throws her over his shoulder, kind of like, don't let her into the fucking, don't let her in the vehicle. He's just put her in this like a chamber pot thing, this a
plastic
chamber,
bag,
plastic bag. She cuts her way out, slits his throat.
That all goes wrong.
The APCs seem very vulnerable to fire. People are just throwing bloody petrol bombs
and they fall apart. Yeah,
it's glass like I've got in my shed.
Oh yeah, all the bulletproof glass gets broken. The guy breaks it with a
glass. Mm-hmm. Somehow, how the fuck do you flip an APC? They must weigh about 10 tons.
They're very difficult, and they're weighted right in the middle, really low, so that doesn't happen.
He flipped it. It drove over a Mini Cooper and flipped on it. What?
It's so stupid.
It's just daft, and there's just more and more maniacs crawling out.
So the team get back to the final one, and they jump in it, and the girl's driving along. And then a guy from a mile away shoots a crossbow into her throat and kills her through the broken window. What a shot! So they it's oh god, it's getting worse.
The plan has gone badly wrong.
So they get out and they're shooting all the baddies. They're coming after them. Everyone's getting it. So two of them get away. Sean Pertwee, the other guy, and Ronan Meter.
Adrian Lester and Eden. Everybody else had been slaughtered.
They're just, it's terrible.
One of them says, "Go without me." And he's like, "Come on, you boss axe, let's be having you." And they just all club him to death.
That's just quite funny. But yeah,
what do you think? What do you think of the big bad Saul? His turn's quite amusing.
No.
I think he was in River City.
He was the creature in The Descent.
Oh, was he? Okay. Okay. He's got a right Scotch face, but he's so... It's... Oh, my God.
This is a Scottish psychopath trope. Now, they've done it in... The guy out of... I can't remember the show, but he done it in Lockout with Guy Ritchie, in Space.
Yeah.
Where they get that accent, they talk a bit Sean Connery-ish, and then they're crazy.
He is a Scottish guy, though.
Yeah, but they put on this to go, listen, man, it's no personal, but I'm going to have to stab you now, man. Didn't take it personally.
He says, I got a bit carried away,
Hey, got a bit carried away. Don't worry about it, Pep. I'm going to fucking kill you.
It's so like Escape from New York. He keeps punching her in the belly and the tits, slapping her about a little bit. He tries to bite off her ear. And then he splashes her with a can of Tennant's lager. Oh,
now that is the...
And there's a guy in a gimp suit. Like, they've got so much. Did they buy a lot of stuff from you? Sex, non-sex?
There was probably a fair bit I did sell back at that time. I didn't know where it went. It looks a bit familiar.
It's a gimp. It's a guy in a gimp suit sat in the mattress hitting it with a hammer.
Oh, it's...
That's a toffee hammer breaking it all up, you know?
See, Neil Marshall is... This, for him, is like, what did the Scots... What's the one thing the Scots would keep?
What's their motivation?
Tennant's Lager. Yes, Tennant's Lager. I've seen them in the street drinking Tennant's Lager. Tennant's Lager would be their currency. Let's write it down. Now he sits back in his leather chair and just thinks how wonderful he is and twirls his moustache. Cunt.
But that's a bit of an in-joke for the Scottish nation because nobody else will really get that.
I suppose that's true. But then they could...
Who are you and where did you come from? Because the Scots... The survivors have been led to believe that the Reaper virus has killed everybody.
They're on their own. There's no one left in the world.
They've not seen any planes flying overhead.
Oh, the world's ended.
And what do you think of his girlfriend?
Now, bless her.
Is that a tattoo, or is that supposed to just be makeup? Does she do her face every morning?
That's supposed to be a tattoo that looks like it's done with a Sharpie.
Oh, it's pretty
terrible.
bad.
Now, that young lady is a South African model.
Is she? Right.
And stunt woman. She's actually a really good stunt woman.
Okay.
But in body
But
double.
Saul does love her. They've got quite a tender relationship, the two of them.
It's not explored. It's so fucking bad.
He speaks because he really likes his cannibal team. Ken, they mean a lot to him. He's like that. Ken, we've tried to go over the wall a few times. And they share a poignant look. They were turned to fire and fell as ash.
Oh God, Neil Marshall, I fucking hate you.
But he's like, yeah, you're my passport. I'm basically going to tie you to the front of some vehicle, and we're going to go straight through the wall to the promised land. And she's like that. It's a pile of shite down there.
Yeah, you're not going.
It's not any better. London's crapper than their zombie cannibal apocalypse.
Now, we follow Saul to this
do you like the next
scene.
part?
Oh my God!
He goes, "Do you hear that? The hounds are hungry. It's feeding time at the fucking zoo."
So we go out onto a stage with the wild masses all cheering, and it's like. It's not Thunderdome. It's not Thunderdome. Yeah, Cirque du Soleil. And it's not Thunderdome. It's Thunderdon't. It's
Thunderdome.
Instead of people flying through the airs, you've got two people hanging on like some abseiling gear that are stuck.
There's more gimps.
Two strippers, just two at the corner, and
pole dancers.
Pole dancers. Sorry, that's a sport now. They're not strippers. They're pole dancers.
That's a sport now.
And the music.
The head chef, the big cheese, the sunshine of your lives, and then the music.
The music, Fine Young Cannibals. Good thing. And it's just Do you think that this fucking Neil Marshall's just playing his favourite tunes from the 80s?
No, but did they think that was funny? The cannibal reference?
I didn't think... Yeah, if he thought...
What was the lead singer for Fine Young Cannibals called? Roland something. Roland Gift?
Gift, yeah. Something like that.
They were a strange band, weren't they? Fine
They
Young
were odd,
Cannibals?
yeah. I couldn't really figure them out.
Strange little thing. You've got fat guys in kilts...
doing the can, or can't, as I wrote here.
The can't, yes.
Oh.
And I said, what a showman. He's better than Delamitri. Justin Curry. He's better than Justin Curry.
It was bad. This whole scene was terrible. It was ill-conceived. It didn't work.
Did you know?
It could have been worse. It could have been Deacon Blue.
It could have been Deacon Blue. We're going to catch them. We're going to cook them. And we're going to eat them.
It's a simple
and
plan
the dragon, poor Sean Pertwee, and he is a hammy actor, but now he's a glazed hammy actor. They've built this structure purely to hang somebody over a fire pit and cook them.
Well, the problem is here, there's like 400 people there that are all going, yeah, we're going to get some food, because Saul throws out plates. He has paper plates.
He throws out about 200 paper plates. There's just one shot, Sean Pertwee.
There's not a lot of eating in him.
And all they do, they just scorch him.
He'll still be raw meat in there.
They're cooking him with some old car tyres and that. But they cut him open, they lop his head off.
That's a nice shot. They're
cutting big slices of him. And then he goes through. They go through Eden, and they're like, "If you're hungry, why not try a piece of your friend?" And there's just a little bit of.
And it's a huge bit of pork.
Big bit of Pertwee meat.
That'd be his arse. Had to be his thigh or something. It was a big bit. Ridiculous.
The villain, Saul's girlfriend, just keeps sticking her tongue out and being a bit wild-eyed.
I'm crazy.
I'm crazy. Then the guy, she manages to escape because the guy's got all this jewellery stuck in his face. And she grabs a hold of it. I was told when I was a doorman, if somebody's fucking with you and they've got any like piercings, just first thing you do is just pull them out of their lugs and nose and stuff. Just fuck with them.
It will demotivate someone to watch the blood pour out of their ear. Yeah, Jesus.
And then she's escaping and she's speaking to the other lassie with the fake Scottish accent. And then the lassie appears. And is this the worst sword fight in sword fight history?
Oh, I wrote it. I put it down.
Oh,
wait, hold on. What did I write?
Silly sword sounds.
This sword fight was so slow, you could literally put down the sword, let the other person fight the sword, standing on its own, have a cup of tea, come back, and then engage once more. It was fucking terrible.
Princess Bride, it ain't.
Oh, it was.
But so she's like the big bad. She's number 2 villain, and she's dispatched too quickly. She just gets her head lopped off.
It's too... Oh, yeah, it's just too quick. She gets her head chopped off, but that comes back later in a way that I did appreciate.
Later, and much hilarity ensues.
Yeah.
So she decides to trust the wee lassie in the cage, and she's got an escape plan.
Mm-hmm.
She's got Martin Compson, he's in it. He's a wee archer dude, and they're dressed different. They're a bit more Gap looking.
Yeah, they're a bit more medieval.
Medieval.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
So they go to Queen Street Station.
This is fucking
this is a thing that annoys me with Neil Marshall. There's a bus full of cannibals chasing them. So they've kitted out this bus, and on the front of it says "out of fucking service." And I found that I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake!
That's not funny. It's not. It doesn't add anything. Don't do it. And
don't do it.
They're running on foot, and the bus still can't get them.
Can I catch up with them? Another thing that fucking really annoyed me, that there's a steam train waiting, and she goes, just start it up. A steam train takes hours to get ready.
Oh, I'm so annoyed.
So from a cold start, and it's not a British train, it's obviously a South African train.
Yes, very clearly. Mm-hmm. Because they've still got working steam trains there.
Yeah, so they're chasing, they're getting away, they get the speed up. There's a bit in running for the train, all this bullshit.
Oh, and they jump on it. Who cares?
They get away. A good bit. Saul's like that. Fucking no! And he just looks around and punches one of his mates right in the pass.
Didn't like
that was
it.
quite funny.
The bit
You
that
didn't like
came
that
right
bit?
after that, where they say, we're going to escape and we're going to do this. And the line of the film for me, Rona Meat Regot, sorry to piss on your chips.
That's such a Neil Martin. There's a lot of lines. Yeah.
Oh.
Sorry to piss on your chips.
But she says, I've got to go and see Kane. And they went, Kane won't see you. He kills and tortures everyone.
Yeah.
He won't see you. And she goes, how did you know this? I'm his daughter.
I'm his daughter. And Saul's his her brother.
Oh, and Saul's a
dynasty. Oh. So they go through Ben Cranach, which is this mountain like fallout shelter thing, which is full of fucking boxes, which nobody's been inquisitive enough to open.
They haven't even. I mean, and when you say full of boxes, a mountain of boxes.
A mountain of boxes. There's a fucking inventory. So you know what's in the boxes before you even open them.
It's
what the fuck?
That's
like.
Stupid.
Have you ever been to Cruachan Dam?
No.
In Scotland. There's a place called Cruachan Dam, and it's like it's like a James Bond villain lair.
Okay.
They dug into a mountain and they use this water from this comes down the mountainside into the dam for hydroelectric energy. It's wonderful. And when you visit it, you go into these little buggies and you go into the mountainside. It's lovely. It's really, I recommend it to anybody. And then they come out the other side and they're in the forest and they hear somebody approaching. And this is Telemon. Kane's executioner. Now, what annoys me, this vision, a knight on horseback meeting guys with guns, that was the seed idea for this entire film.
Yeah. And
that's
done
the
nothing with
idea
it.
Marshall had when he's having a chokey wank.
Oh, God.
Reading Rona Mitra monthly.
Hold on, right? This has only been like a few years, and there's knights and horses, and they've all went back medieval. After 25 years, I'd still be trying to connect to broadband. I would still be, No, but this isn't an old suit armor they found. This is a suit armor he's made. Oh, God, and it's really bad because
it's really, really bad.
It's
got some chicken wire in the front of it. He'd go, that's something you don't see every day. Poor Martin Compton, who you think's going to have a bigger role, he just gets shot with a bow and arrow. He's dead.
He's dead. He's done.
Then they get taken to the castle.
That's Blackness Castle, isn't it?
But
Edinburgh.
It's terrible. It's grotty. It's really grotty castle. Now, you're right. 25 years later, people would still have fond memories of the TV show Loose Women.
Exactly.
They would still know who, you know what I mean? Gok Wan was. They would still, Michael Parkinson. They would say, I wonder what happened to Philip Schofield. You wouldn't go full medieval.
No, you wouldn't go that quick.
You wouldn't become a peasant. You'd still be wearing jeans.
I mean, my phone, I probably wouldn't be able to charge it, but it was expensive. I'm keeping it in my pocket for 25 years. You never know. Yeah, exactly.
The best shot of the film, like Kane's number 2, this annoying Scottish guy with a beard.
Yeah.
He's standing at the top of the stairs and it's got gift shop. So basically a lot of them are like, they're just cosplaying it. They've ran to the castle and the castle's been full of like uniforms where the guides have been taking people around.
Yeah, that's what.
So they've all put them on, and I found that quite amusing.
That was good. Yeah,
that was quite amusing. It's all ridiculous, but it's not used enough, really. It's the best shot in the film. You see a picture of the castle in the background, the sun setting, and a knight on horseback.
Oh, yeah.
Quick shot, and I thought that's so Excalibur. That's Excalibur.
But I can't say. I have to say, in this film, we were just talking about Razorback last week, and every shot was glorious.
Every shot. No.
In this, every shot looks like you've smeared a cat shite over the lens.
Muddy.
Terrible.
It's like Lady Hawk. They go into like Kane's lair, and he's got a hot bird of prey in a cage, and then he's got all these rugs. But I thought they should be Frisian rugs, black and white cow rugs.
That's a good point.
Everybody should be decked out in head to toe in black and white.
Yeah. Oh God, it's just.
He's also got a scribe. He's the king, and he's got a scribe.
Oh, he's lost his mind.
He's got the guy out of fucking that Robin Hood film. What a load of shit.
Oh, it's
in the land of the infected, the immune man is king.
Well, that's it. And then he says, no, there's no cure. There's no fucking cure for this thing. It was natural selection. It's just it's run its course. Yeah, it's run its course, man.
They've got herd immunity. Oh dear.
Now we cut straight back to London. The Reaper virus. Oh, it's everywhere. We've got like lumpy-faced psychopaths in the street, but one gets into Parliament just by cutting someone's head off in hand.
But he's doing a lot of planning.
Yeah, he's thought this out, and I don't know why
he's
he wants him.
He's a postulated maniac with an axe.
It's crazy. So he just basically opens the door, gets into the Prime Minister. Bob Hoskins shoots him, but as the security door shut, blood sprays onto
the jam. Did you like the jam in this? It's quite kind of lumpy.
Well, now
there's a lot of matter and stuff.
The thing is with blood, as we all know, to have red viscous blood is very difficult to film. Modern cameras are better at it. So blood over the years has become a very stylized thing for each film.
You're right, okay.
And I think I have to give them in this, the blood they chose for this, a very dark purpley sort of, I think it's better. I think this is one good visual choice. Yes, it's a more visceral choice in this film. So I'll give Neil Marshall, he probably had nothing to do with it, but whoever decided the blood colour and the way it worked in this, good for you.
So the PM's having to go into isolation, and he just promptly goes and shoots himself.
That's what we're all doing at the moment. It's just like we're all in isolation, going, this film, man, this film, it's what's coming.
So they're having a wee heart-to-heart. It goes back, Cain and Eden.
Yeah.
And it's all about loss. It's all about loss. It's a pissing competition. He's lost more. He's lost his family. He's not really. He's got a son and daughter. But by and by. Now, he spent 25 years reliving that moment. And to get over that, he's going to have a battle to the death to cheer himself up.
Rona Mita's costume at this point, she's got no armour on. She's just got the typical heroin vest, skin tight.
Yeah.
But every item of costume in this film is out of TK Maxx. There's lots of yoga wear. She's wearing a yoga top.
Oh my God.
It's like a Lululemon top in the future.
Oh God. I suppose it's a nice freeing top for a fight and a death.
Breathable.
And a death match. You want to be kind of comfy.
Now this fight actually
it's stumbling, isn't it?
It's a stumbling fight, but how can I put it? She is a 5'6", very skinny girl.
Mm-hmm.
You've got this 10-foot tall knight in armour with weapons. Mm-hmm. She doesn't have a weapon. And he doesn't even get a chib in. He doesn't even.
No, he gives her a couple light blows. In his defence, they should have had an arena with a flat surface, but they seem to be fighting on rocks.
Yeah, he trips up.
There's a lot of slipping hazards, and his peripheral vision will not be good.
I got annoyed at this point. I got annoyed.
But she sees him and she goes, "Oh bollocks!" I quite like that.
Oh bollocks! But she ends up stabbing him through the fucking face with an axe.
Yes.
Everyone's very explodey. Have you seen the Jason Momoa Conan film? Where if you just punch someone in it, they burst like a bag of blood.
They burst like a bag of blood.
This is very like this.
Maybe that's Long Reaper.
Oh yeah, the after effects like COVID.
The after effects, it just makes you very highly pressured. You're like a boiling kettle.
If you put a badge on the wrong way, you just burst.
But the thing is, knights, the medieval ethos, all that training, it's a lifetime. You're a squire, you're a knight, you're training. Right. This is just some fucking big Scottish dude they've just put in a suit of armour. He's no skills.
No, he has no skills.
Nobody's an expert on the medieval world. They've seen Excalibur, they've seen Prince of Thieves.
But everyone fights in this.
Their notions of things are limited, yeah.
I actually wrote a note exactly what you're talking about. Anyone in this film with a sword is completely incompetent. It's as if I gave them karate lessons. And that's
They're
it.
just having a go.
He's a shot.
They'll probably think it's a lightsaber when they're swinging it about.
Yeah, and they'll just, it's terrible. There's no skill involved. But anyway.
I think after this point, the film just really falls apart.
Oh, after this point, I think after the first 2 seconds of watching it, the film fell apart. But I'll go with your theory. This last bit's a mess. It's an absolute mess.
So shit. She's like that, right? They find a fucking sports car.
Oh wait, now hold on. Let's go into the details of this.
the lassie's like that. What's that? Like she's never seen it before.
And you're like,
she's been in a steam train.
You've been in a steam train.
The entire of Scotland is covered in the wrecks of cars.
Cars everywhere.
Our brother's got a fucking fleet of
cars.
stupid cars.
Oh, so at this point, she gets the inventory in the box, and they knock open the box, and inside, and she goes, "Yeah, get the generator on." All the power works. She gets the box open, and it's lit with strip lights. And it's a fucking Bentley, a GT Continental, which I'll have you know I have driven.
No dust on it at all.
Not a mark on it. Not a great car to drive. I just thought I'd add that because I've driven one. Not a great car to drive.
Seems a bit wide. Is it wide? Difficult to park.
They're big cars, and inside they're quite closed in. They're not an open car. And
would it not be quite fast, maybe?
Oh,
no?
They're very fast, but I'm a very good boy.
They're not that fast.
I had to deliver it to Perth. And yeah,
a big like fucking Volkswagen Beetle covered in human skin outpaces
it. Now, here's another thing: the petrol that's in it has been sitting for 30 odd years. Petrol goes off.
Rusty.
Petrol goes off, and it
they
work.
get more. They find more petrol.
Oh, I tuned out of that part then.
Yeah, they find petrol. They tune it. It's all ready to go.
Oh my god!
You know what? It starts first time.
It does.
But I think they weren't allowed to damage that car because there's a bit. It comes out the blast doors and it kids on. It's all been scraped down either side.
Check this.
But when you see it, it's not been.
Neil Marshall bought 3 Continentals to do this. 3 of them. And that was £150,000 for 3 of them.
Jesus
I think he got
Christ.
it on a deal.
And he smashed a couple of them up, did he?
I have no idea, but I just read that and thought, couldn't you spend £150,000 on getting a fucking actor?
Well, you know he's kept that car because Rona Mitra sat in the seat.
Oh yeah, he'll don't touch it.
Another thing is, when they're on the South African roads in the blazing South African sunshine.
Oh, the weather looked lovely.
All the road markings are perfectly pristine. It's like the first
the signs were working.
It's like the Mad Max film. The first Mad Max, all the yellow lines are in situ. I hated the fact. I've nothing against South Africa. Could they not have filmed this in fucking Scotland? Why not? Why South Africa?
I know. And the thing is, all the signs were in kilometres an hour. And you're like, oh,
fuck,
it's
it's
so
annoying.
bad. Now,
and then,
the worst bit for me. Frankie Goes to Hollywood, Two Tribes starts playing.
Oh, God.
But it's not just to highlight a moment, it plays the whole fucking song. Now, I love Two Tribes. I love the song. But it's so on the nose for a film like this. It's so on the nose. It's horrible.
He's not a subtle filmmaker.
But you know, as a police car starts chasing them, it's
it's not a British police car.
It's not a British police car, but it's a 1980s Cavalier. It's like, what the fuck's going on here?
Saul's driving about in a thing that's got like human skin all over it, like a quilt.
And
he's got his missus sat next to him, with her head propped up,
taped
but
on.
Some of it's a dummy, and some of it's just her sat there looking like she's dead.
It's so fucking stupid.
And now, somebody fires a crossbow bolt straight through
her head that falls off. Oh, it's hilarious. But now we know Fury Road, these beautiful cars.
Oh yeah,
and there's hundreds of them, and bikes, and the polecats.
There's like 4 or 5.
Oh, there's like about 4 of them, and people have just like spray painted it, glue gunned some doilies to the
really
front.
Shit.
Oh, shit.
Well, Saul's royal vehicle has just got a bit of gate on the front.
It's fucking shit.
It's absolute shit, and there's people jumping in and out of vehicles. He's like a gecko. He's hanging out the car. Folk punching each other. There's drop. It's oh god.
It's just
it's
terrible.
the least exciting moment you've ever seen.
And then ahead, a bus appears and a handbrake turns. They can't get through. How are they going to get through? She floors it with Soul on the roof, and they just burst through. And it's like a 3D moment. Soul's head comes flying towards the.
Oh no, you missed a bit. They've got these things that fire like a disc sander belt.
Oh yeah, like rotary. Yeah. Fucking stupid.
Oh, just so stupid. So they outpace them, and then there's a big chunky helicopter, which isn't a British helicopter.
No, certainly not.
Lands in the middle of the road, and you hear like Canaris' scheme. he's just going to use the virus to get rid of a lot of people that haven't voted for him. The dead, once the virus has eaten away the dead flesh, we'll make our move.
But as she gets out of the car to go towards the helicopter, you get an extraordinarily long bum shot of Rona Mitra, but she's doing something to her wrist. She pressed record. She's recording all this. But I think this whole film was to get this bum shot.
The thing is, well, though, Canaris says the most romantic line in Scottish movie history.
Oh.
Come with me, and I'll get you all the cigarettes you'll ever want.
Oh my God, you'd get any Scottish girl for that.
Would be like, you what?
What?
Oh, fuck you, I'm going. Fuck these schmucks.
Yeah, fuck them. Go on, I'll take the windy seat. Hey, let's go. Hey. She'd be gone.
So they take off with the Cure, whatever.
The girl,
but she's recorded it. She meets up with Bob Hoskins.
In her childhood home.
She's handed over the doubloon. Canaris is ruined. And then good luck. Can do me. Oh no, she's in her house. She's gone back
getting
home,
emotional.
You know, she's sitting there next to stuff. It's a wee bit emotional. She couldn't cry on command. Rona, could she?
It's a digital tear falls down her hand.
Digital tear.
Oh,
but Bob Hoskins is so good. He's so warm and like compassionate in this, and tough. And this film is undeserving of his class. It's
absolutely.
Just not deserving.
Oh.
And now she's the new Queen of Scotland.
Yeah, so she goes back.
She must have picked up
Saul's head, went
somewhere.
Looking for it, drove back to them all and says, if you're hungry, have a bit of your whoever, and throws the head on the ground, and they all cheer, and she stands there going, down, and that's it. And that's it. And she's the hero of Scotland, and now she runs Scotland, and she's going to go, I'm going to get all the Scottish people. To be fair,
yeah, that's how Nicola Sturgeon took over.
It's exactly the same way. Alex Salmond's head.
Alex Salmond's head, threw it in the middle of the Parliament. Okay, you're in charge.
That's the way I remember it happening.
No, it was... Fucking hell, that was bleak. I remember watching this when it came out because I thought, it'll be a bit funny because it's Scottish cannibals.
Yeah,
but that is not enough to get you through the film. It's Neil Marshall is deeply amateurish.
Yeah,
he's a deeply
just
amateurish
an absolute
filmmaker.
hack. It's rubbish. Yeah, it's rubbish.
He is.
But I'm going to say something. I hated this film. This was a shit film, but I was thoroughly entertained.
Is it that so bad it's good? Is it crossed that Rubicon?
Yeah, it's allowed to be there. I think it went in to be quite an earnest film, an action film, an adventure, and you'd probably have a sequel. And I think there was full intent for this to be a lot of fun because
this would be better if filmed in Scotland.
Absolutely,
filmed in Scotland.
Rona Mitra's character was meant to have a lot more jokey lines. She was a bit more smarmy in that, and he went, "No, I want to make her badass." So this is serious. He wanted to get this as a serious action film, yeah. So it's shite.
Geez. When I'd finished this, I was flicking through channels last night, and I saw that Get Carter was on, one of my favourite films. And sadly, it wasn't the original. It was the Sylvester Stallone remake. And Rona Mitra's in that.
Oh, any old shite she's in.
So I went from Rona Mitra to Rona Mitra. She's in a horrible rape scene in The Invisible Man, The Hollow Man, where an invisible Kevin Bacon abuses her.
Oh my God.
And she's not been in much, really. Looking back.
Nothing good.
No, who are you? I think you're a bit of the Saul.
Oh, no.
There's a touch of Saul about you, mate.
You're
flamboyant.
No.
You're a showman.
No, I don't think so. I'm going to explain why.
Are you Adrian Lester?
No.
Are you Sarge?
No. Listen to this. I've got an actual good answer. I would be Mad Max Minion number 3 or 12 because I never really make a mark in situations like this. So I'd be in the background, going, look, I got my costume ready for today. What do I need to do? I'd be enthusiastic.
Would you be Kane's scribe?
Yeah, something like that in the background.
I've seen your handwriting.
Oh, Jesus, yeah. You would be Saul. Because as in day 3 of the apocalypse, that would be you eating your neighbours. I would 100%. 3 out of 10 Guffs.
That's my mail here again. Oh, what?
Good. Stephen's turned up.
Is it not all mine? Oh, shit. Oh, fuck's sake.
I ain't gonna see.
I know. Well, I know the. Oh. It's right steamy out here, Stephen. I'm not enjoying this. Is it you swearing? You swearing?
Jesus.
Can't even see across the road. No, I don't.
This is why everyone tunes in.
Thank you very much.
Some student in a compromising.
Oh my goodness. You take care of yourself, Stephen. Cheers, mate. Ta-da, ta-da.
Oh my god, this is why people listen.
That was a little interlude.
There we
I
go.
enjoy. There was a period of time during the first lockdown that the only communication I really had was you and the podcasts and Stephen.
And Stephen. Okay, how many Guffs?
Oh, if this had been filmed in Scotland, I could have given this maybe a 6.
Okay, right, I'll agree with that, yeah.
But because it's in South Africa, in the blazing South African sun, I'm giving it a fucking 2.
I give it a 2.
And you're right.
Yep.
Everything. I love stuff in films with gadgets, but he's just like robbed gadgets off other films and not presented them as well. You know? Yeah.
Ladies,
what other films is he going to make? You'd have thought that they've said to him, "You're done, mate. You're done."
You're shit. Ladies and gentlemen,
I would recommend people watch this. I would recommend.
I was recommended watch. You'll have a great time. It's fun. It's absolute fun.
Can we watch a good film next time? I think I enjoy watching good films more than bad films.
I'm not too sure about that. Ladies and gentlemen, wash your balls. Take care of yourself.
Double wash your balls.
Until next time. Later.
Oh, read it. And don't eat human flesh.
Or you might.